Hello and welcome to the January Outturn Podcast. Sweet, smooth, easygoing, delicious. I have to stop saying delicious.
Your New Year's resolution.
Stop saying delicious.
I'm no genius, but I feel like you can still taste the distillery coming through as well. It's thanks.
How would you summarise it without using words?
I would say it's something like
This could go quite wrong. You know that. I'm your host, Calum Lawson, and I've got Duncan Gorman, who's sitting in the guest chair this evening.
I know, it feels strange.
It's strange. Why are you the guest today?
Why did you do that?
Just load you up.
You threw me under the bus like that. No, it feels a little bit lonely. We don't have a guest today, but we thought January's a good month because there's a lot of new members. So instead of maybe talking to a new member or someone else that works here, then it's better to just focus a little bit more about what
we just thought that we
is.
would spend more time getting to know each other, you know. We don't spend enough time together, Duncan, let's be honest. You know, we only really catch up once a month for the podcast.
Yeah.
And the focus is usually on somebody else. But today
we need to make time for ourselves.
You and me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Enough of the kids. We need to make sure there's a night just for us.
Who are the kids, our guests?
Yeah, I guess.
Ah, exactly. It's like date night.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. That's romantic.
Gran's looking after the kids tonight.
Okay.
Anyway, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
What did you get up to for Christmas, Calum?
Well, it's not happened yet, so I don't know. Oh, I had a great Christmas. You know, the usual. Family, lots of food, drinks.
Ate
not
way too much.
Oh yeah,
Felt
great
sick.
time.
Anything good from Santa?
Well, I actually do have my jacket's already a pre-Christmas present. So
Yeah.
sorry, the joke is that we're actually filming this in December and it's not quite yet January, but we're definitely doing the January Outturn podcast bottles today, aren't we?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
And actually, it's a really good looking Outturn for January. You know, we're just sort of keeping the party going from Christmas, I suppose. We've got a few really interesting things to look at today.
Yep, especially if there's anyone that's got a membership for Christmas and they're new to the society, there's a load of great bottles to come into. We're going to cover actually quite a lot of different things today because we've got a few different ranges, some series, creators collection, Heresy. So it's a nice broad overview to what the society can offer. We've got it all. So we might as well just get stuck in, I think. Otherwise, we've been probably yapping it for long enough without a whiskey.
Let's go. Oh, okay. Do you mind grabbing some glasses then for me?
Of course.
Let's do this. You and I were having this conversation about being on camera and how we're overthinking, and how you start thinking about your posts is quite natural until you actually think about it, and then it feels completely unnatural.
You're kind of. How is it you do it again?
When you're talking, you do look a bit like, and
Oh, great.
a bit like.
You try your hardest to sabotage whoever it is that's sat next to you.
I think
no, religiously every episode. Usually I get away with it because there's a guest that you prey on, and they're more nervous. I don't even feel particularly nervous or worried, but you're just trying to find any flaw.
I think you just need to call it as it is, and then everybody just can relax after that.
Can you relax after you've poured a second dram?
Well, maybe, yeah.
Getting distracted.
Cool. Okay, so to the whiskey. So
sorry, it's not always this unhinged. If you are new to the podcast,
yes, it is.
the guest is usually quite good at keeping us on track.
Yes. The worry is that we actually don't have anything to talk to each other about.
The silence.
That's
the silence is
the harsh
deafening.
truth of it, that we have nothing in common apart from the whiskey. So let's just talk about that. Okay, so this one is from the Ripe Fruits and Honey flavour profile. It's from distillery number 28. It's 28.112. It's called Bittersweet Consolation. Sounds a bit like my guest today.
And what's different about this bottle to the majority of the Society's releases?
I'm very glad you asked me that question, Duncan. Thank you for leading me into the next part. This is one of our 48% bottlings, so it actually has been reduced to 48%. Well, you know, as you know, most of what we do is cask strength, but this one is, you know, we like to try it. I'm going with this one. It's good to have lots of different options when it comes to whiskey. You know, we have something for everyone, and if this is the kind of bottling would be perfect for somebody who's kind of new to the society. You know, because cask strength whiskey can be it's full of flavour, but also it is
Packs a punch.
It's rocket fuel. Yeah, it'll blow your head off. And of course, that's why we always recommend that you add water, but I guess you don't have to. Drink it how you will. But this one has already been reduced for you down to 40%, which is still pretty high, you know, considering most single malt bottlings are like early 40s. But the good thing about this is it means it's also at a really good price as well. So it's actually £48. This one is 10 years old. It's from the Highland region. It's a first fill ex-bourbon barrel. So perfect first dram. Always good to go for a,
It should
a
be
bourbon
nice,
cask,
easy drinking.
So there we go.
Anyway, enough yapping. I think we should just get stuck in.
We haven't got any water to actually add to this, so we're going to have to...
Yeah.
Well, just as well as 48% then, isn't it?
Maybe we can magic some in.
We might struggle with the next one, so we'll have to
Maybe
magic some
fix
in.
that in post.
Little.
So I did a podcast with Brendan McCarran the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and I learnt something new. And you might have already known this. It's not hard for me to learn something new because I know so little.
Mm-hmm.
It does happen quite frequently, but he walked me through how he approaches a dram to get the most out of it for like sensory evaluation. And this little trick of holding your mouth open and putting your nose into the glass, I've done that religiously, but I've been doing it wrong.
Ooh.
So what he does differently is he puts his nose right in, he'll open his mouth, but he doesn't inhale through his nose, he inhales through his mouth. And you still will inhale just a very small amount through your nose. And because it's so gentle, you're not housing it in really aggressively, it apparently makes it a lot easier to digest the flavours in the glass.
Yeah, well,
And it did actually work.
well,
Try it.
I'm about to try it out. And then
You're scoffing. I can see you're scoffing.
No, I'm
Look,
not.
this guy, he thinks he knows more than Brendan
I
McCarran.
do not. I think I know more than you, though. No, because what I was going to say is, I've never tried it, so I'm interested to try that out. Because, yeah, the first time you put your nose into the glass, especially when it's high ABV, all that is the alcohol just sort of almost closes your nose up, because it's so powerful.
Yeah.
And you have to kind of go back to it again. So I can see I can get behind this.
There is
way of
logic
thinking,
behind
but
it, yeah. And
so
it did work.
Put my nose in.
And use
It's
through
weird.
the mouth. It's a lot gentler.
Do you know what it feels a bit like doing? It feels a bit like rubbing your belly and patting your head on the...
It's quite tricky actually. Your
I
brain's
can't
like,
do it.
why am I?
I can do it this way around. I can pat my head, I can rub my belly.
You're usually patting yourself on
I'm
the
not
back.
going to rub my head because I'll mess my beautiful hair up. But it does feel a bit like that because I put my nose in and I have to open my mouth. And I definitely do. That is,
It works.
it's interesting.
It does work.
But then I'm just going to try it the normal way then.
Because I think my main problem is when I'm trying to nose whiskey is I stick my nose in and I'm really aggressive. And a lot of the time I do just get alcohol until I've added some water. So this has really helped me with just like being as gentle as possible. And 'cause you don't need to try and hoof as much out of the glass as you can. It's more about just slow and steady.
I mean, I definitely get a lot of the flavour from that.
Yeah, I'm getting loads of honey.
I'm going to try it now.
Plums, glazed
Plums,
honey.
definitely plums.
Yeah.
That's probably, absolutely. Loads of that. That's like all I can think of.
Super easy drinking, isn't it? It's not overpowering at all.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I'm still trying to get my head around what you were...
You're still trying to pat your head and rub your belly.
Is there another different way? Still trying to pat my head and rub my belly.
His big takeaway was just don't get carried away with it. That was his one note. If you're trying to get as much out of it as possible, that's a nice little trick to not try and do too much when you're nosing. It just simplifies things a little bit. But his big takeaway was just drink it however you enjoy it.
Oh, absolutely.
Which I think is a great point.
It's really lovely, sweet, smooth, but it's good. It's quite sticky. It's jammy. I think it's more of those kind of very delicious. I've said delicious. I can't say delicious too many times. Delicious, delicious, delicious.
It's still very fresh to me. Like it's almost quite grassy, or
I like that.
feels quite summery. That sort of thing. Happy?
Ready for the next one?
Maybe we can magic some water in here.
I'll magic some water in.
Ta-da!
I felt a little bit like we there's not much more to say about that one.
You bring some chocolates back.
Yeah. I think it was the 39 we're going to go for next, wasn't it?
That's this one.
Ah. Are we cracking it open?
Might as well.
Yeah, I've not tried it, so yeah.
After you.
Well, actually, I think it's your turn to open this one, Duncan.
Oh, okay. Twist my arm.
If you want, I can.
Sure, go for it.
Sure. What do we agree here?
Yes.
I was going to ask, seeing how it's January, have you got any New Year's resolutions?
Oh, tricky. Very tricky.
Because whatever you say now, it's out there, and everyone knows
I'm gonna
about
have
it.
to be held
So you can't
responsible
you
to
can't
it.
go half-arsed. You yeah. What about
You could do a really fun one, like I'll try and get better at
just
identifying different cask types or something like that, and then you get to drink whiskey.
Oh,
know?
I see, like a
You lean-
loophole
you lean
kind of
in-
one.
Yeah, loophole.
Because you can't have
and then it's a professional development for me, you know.
you can have can you have a New Year's resolution, which is just something that you want to do, and it's nothing like.
Of course you can. You can do
my
whatever
New
you
Year's
want.
resolution is to eat more cake.
It doesn't have to involve pain.
But no, but everyone always chooses something that's like
Usually it's meant to meant to benefit you.
self-improvement. Yeah.
Improve
But
your
what if you decide,
lifestyle.
I'm going to do less and eat more. I think moderation is the key. Like, have a few drinks over Christmas, but then there's no need to give it up in January. You can just keep going.
Yeah, I guess January is such a funny month because usually we come through Christmas with such shame. And then we get to January and it's like,
What are you
I
doing
need
at
to
Christmas?
stop. Well, you eat far too much, you
Your
drink
belt
far
buckle,
too much.
you need to pierce a new
your
hole in
clothes
your
don't
belt.
fit anymore, and you're like, right,
You haven't got a suntan.
Yeah, peely wally.
If we're peely wally at this time of year, just wait till like, I don't know, February, March time.
Yeah.
We're going to be like,
Yeah.
vampires.
Sheet white.
And I have noticed that in the podcast before when I've looked back at older ones or whatever, like how pale I look in the winter. Welcome to Scotland.
Maybe we should get a fake tan on.
I mean, a fake tan. We should go tanning before the next podcast. see if it is.
Sunbeds.
So this bottle is cask number 39. I think I need glasses. That's not the name of the bottle. 39.318. It's called Sing Thy Name, and it's our January bottling for Burns Night.
Hey.
So this is part of the winter series. So originally they were all only available as the collection, but every month they're being released individually. So you can now get your hands on this bottle.
Key points in winter: Christmas, New Year, Burns, Halloween, months ago now. But this is from one of your favourite distilleries. You were saying earlier.
Yeah, it is one of my favourite distilleries. Distillery number 39, Speyside. It's big production. But they produce a lot of really smooth, fruity, long fermentation. It's just that go-to style for me. I love a lot of different styles of whiskey, but perfect for the beginning of the night. Just a nice, especially with bourbon, or it's just sweet, smooth, easygoing, delicious stuff. I have to stop saying delicious. I need another word.
That's your
Scrumptious.
That's your New Year's resolution.
It's to stop saying delicious to passing strangers. But I've not actually tried this.
Great labels as well.
Yeah, fantastic labels. Yeah, it's really cool. Do you know the reference?
The reference.
The name. Sing Thy Name.
Well, I'm assuming
I don't know.
it's Burns.
It's
Would be my
Burns.
guess.
Sing Thy Name. It's Burns.
Richard would tut.
He would be all over it.
In disgrace at us.
He'd be reciting Burns for us. He did that last year.
Yeah, he did that last year. He was really very good at it actually.
Just out of nowhere. He just
Yeah.
had it. Boom.
Yeah.
We ain't got that.
No, we've not got that in the locker. That would be a good bottle name. We ain't got that.
We ain't got that.
Anyway, yeah, long awaited. You can finally get stuck in.
I'm just reading the flavour description on the back there. Very interesting. And that's cheating though, isn't it?
A little bit.
It's got a lovely colour to it.
Quite zesty to me on the nose initially.
Yeah, sort of flower.
Yeah,
I'm so easily influenced, so I can see roses in the back here, and I can see thistles, but it's
getting
quite
more
floral.
like lemon cake, lemon drizzle.
I'm just getting everything that you're saying now. Yeah, lemon curd, but like brown sugar. But it's definitely. Oh yeah, a bit of kiwi.
I love kiwi. Do you eat it with the skin on? Or do
Why did you say it like Hannibal Lecter? I love kiwi. You did. You just went. I love kiwi.
You just, you'll find anything. You're making me.
I have to find something.
Self-conscious.
Otherwise,
I'm never going to say the word kiwi again.
I love kiwi.
Crack on. You're yet to give me any input about this dram. Just agreeing with everything I say.
It's definitely zinginess. I wouldn't say fizziness, but it is that citrusy but sweet. It's quite, it's quite unique actually. I like that a lot.
I'm going to copy this. When we said for the December podcast, I said refreshers for a dram. And I'm getting exactly the same.
What dram was that? Do you remember?
It's that kind of, I can't remember, but it was really like fresh, zingy.
Well, I was getting the lemon, but the sherbety, like the sherbet, the powder, and
yeah,
it's lovely.
What percent's this one, Calum?
It's 60.4%. And it's 13 years old. I'm not even entirely sure I said that actually. But
So it might take a little
little
splash.
Yeah, I probably would add a wee splash to this, but it was completely drinkable without anything in it. And lovely oils, and I put the water in there as well. It has got a lot of nice freshness to it, but a really nice palate cleanser. Like I'm thinking that would be lovely with a pudding, because it's not overly, it's not sweet in the kind of sugary kind of caramelly kind of way, but it has that
kind of cut through something that's more
but
rich.
But it would be good. It'd be a good contrast with something
What
that
would you
was
have
really.
with sticky toffee or?
Yeah, well, you know what? I used to have a thing about sticky toffee pudding where I think my taste was pretty basic, but that would be my go-to pudding. And anytime I ever went out for tea, if they had sticky toffee pudding, I would always get it. I think I overdid it because I've not had a sticky toffee pudding for years now. So far, I'll have one of each. Thank you very much.
It'll be an expensive month for you if we keep going like that.
I'll just take one of them all. That's the problem. Yeah.
I'll take the lot.
Yes.
All right, on to the next.
On to the next.
What should we do? Should we go into Heresy or should we give Creators Collection a shout out? What do you think?
What do you?
Let's give the Creators Collection a quick shout out. So that's a terrible place for it.
Well, I don't know where a good place is.
You're maybe in front of all the other bottles.
Well, they were in the way. See, he says that I'm mean to him, but
It's constructive criticism from my end, in fairness.
You're just patronising. That's what you're doing.
So we have a brand new Creators Collection in January.
Do you want me to read them out the names quickly and or whatnot, or not?
I'll give a little overview first. So this is Fortified, which is the ultimate flight in fortified wine casks. So we're really familiar at the Society with sherry cask maturation. We love it. The whiskey teams experimented with all the different kinds of it, and they got thinking like, what other flavours can we get from different types of fortified wine casks? And this is the answer. So these are all Australian fortified wine casks.
G'day, mate.
So there's a lot of
How are you?
A lot of great names, great accents.
Are you verging towards an Australian accent?
Shrimps in the barbie.
Shrimps in the barbie.
Sorry, Matt Bailey. So yeah, great, and it's something fun. So there's some really rare casks that you don't really see anywhere else. There's some Chardonnay casks.
Yeah, I mean,
Muscat, and I think it was Tawny
Port.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So great selection of drams, some lovely ages, and I love the idea to really taste them all next to each other is a great way to compare and contrast these rare types of fortified wine casks.
So look, 17, 21, 22 years old. Yeah, that'd be really interesting. I mean, occasionally, I think we have a couple of times seen fortified casks from Australia, but they're very rare. So to have them all together in a collection like that is quite exciting because it does feel like something really, really new and different. Can we crack them open?
Pause off, Calum. Steady.
They look fantastic, and you know, people are always really interested in different cask types. So I think that our members will be.
The labels are great. The names are fun. Either on its own or as a set, there's some great whiskies in there. So give it a shot. Also, on our experimental side, we have 2 new Heresy bottlings. So if you're new to the Society, this collection of bottles, this range, is heretical to us because they're not single cask strength whiskies. They're usually blends, where the whiskey team has had a little bit of freedom to experiment.
They're usually blended malts.
Yeah. So yeah, you're usually seeing either new evolutions or experiments, or, for example, we had our first Solera cask bottling in December.
Yeah, we did.
And now we have 2 Heresy bottlings that are kind of tied to each other.
Well, maybe put these bottles back now because we're running out of space here.
Open up some space.
Yeah, and the blended malt. So there's a big difference between a blend, because that has grain whiskey in it as well. But you know, have a single malt, which means from one single distillery. A blended malt means that it's a single malt, but it's come from multiple distilleries. There you go. Just in case, I thought I'd clear that up for
Would
you.
you like to get some glasses?
Although I believe these are both from.
So yes, here's the catch. So now that Calum's that was relevant from Calum, because both of these blended malts have gone through a process called teaspooning. Teaspooning's a funny business. It's really just known by people inside the industry, or if you're like a heavy whiskey geek, you might know about it. But it's a practice where a tiny portion of a single malt, just a teaspoon's worth, is mixed within a larger cask or a vat of another single malt.
Yeah.
And that means that it can't be called a single malt anymore. It's now a blended malt. And distilleries use this when they're selling their product to maybe independent bottlers or blenders, because it means they can't release their single malt under the same brand name or the distillery name. So it's almost identical to the single malt, bear with me here, it's quite complicated to the single malt that distillery is producing, but because it's had this tiny little teaspoon of another distillery single malt blended into it, it legally, technically can't be called a single malt anymore. So both of these bottles have undergone teaspooning, but they're very, very similar to two distilleries, which are quite well known.
Yes.
So it is a little bit different from what we usually get in Heresy.
I think there's quite a lot. You get quite a lot of excitement about the idea of a teaspoon dram.
Which
because
one, am I starting with the right one? It doesn't really matter, does it?
You tell me. Oh well, you're gonna. That's fine.
I'm surprised you didn't go. No.
I don't know.
That's usually what you do.
But yeah, no. So there's certain single malts which people would love, independent bottlers would love to get their hands on and be able to release it under that name or whatnot. But they're protected and they don't. The owners of those distilleries, they don't want to sell them to anybody else. And the only way they would be willing to do that is if it's teaspoon. So then it can no longer be used under that name, and they don't have to say that it definitely is that from that distillery. And a lot of time there's teaspoon stuff which is created in the style of a certain distillery, but so when it becomes sort of not forbidden, but like harder to get as a independent bottling, I think it becomes more desirable, and all the whiskey geeks out there will be really, really interested in anything that is teaspooned, and I think there'll be a lot of interest in these especially as well.
Yeah. So this is obviously in our Heresy range, but it is as close to a single malt as you can get without it being a single malt.
Yeah.
So this one here is batch 37. I have done this in the wrong order, but it doesn't matter too much. And it's the first of our just a dash. So there you go, you're getting that idea of the teaspoon, just a dash. Yeah. And it's called Dundee Cake Explosion. So it's been matured for 19 years in a bourbon casks before additional maturation for 3 years in sherry.
Look at the colour of it
stuck
already.
In it. I mean, it looks...
I'm already imagining what it's going to taste like. It looks like marmalade and orange and all these lovely things.
Talking yourself into it.
Don't you ever do that?
Oh, wow. I mean, totally different to everything else we've tried today so far.
Yes.
I never thought a bottle name that was named after Dundee could be so delicious.
What's my word? You said delicious. You can't use that.
I'm not on a ban. That's your ban.
Isn't that alliteration? Okay. Dundee is. Are you saying Dundee isn't delicious?
Dangerous, perhaps.
Dundee's a good city. I mean, yeah, it's definitely got a big sherry influence to it, even though it only is a couple of years. But I'm getting treacle. Definitely getting like. It's like treacle tart, but also like also more like balsamic.
I always struggle with my sherry descriptors because I always fall back on the boring stuff like, it's a Christmas cake, or I'm trying to be a little bit more imaginative.
It's a wee bit different from that. It's drier. It's not as dark fruity, I don't think, and it's still got a big bourbon influence on it. Mm-hmm. So you got those sort of nice sweet notes, easy going, and then it's got a nice kick to it. It's got a nice thick layer of that sherry coating, which is just yummy.
Yummy.
I need to get a thesaurus and start looking at words which mean taste nice.
So we don't really mention the distillery from Heresy Bottlings too much.
I feel there's a butt coming here now.
I was going to do a little butt. Should I do a little butt?
You can do a hint.
Little hint.
Yeah.
A clue.
Yeah.
This might be too obvious.
Let's find out.
Tallest stills.
I see where you're going.
We'll leave it at that.
Leave it at that.
Leave it at that. But yeah, delicious.
Well,
no. Actually, we have a problem.
Why?
Maybe that's our New Year's resolution. We need to.
That sounds like a bottle name.
We
have
need
a problem.
to be a bit more imaginative. All right, you happy with this one?
I'm happy with this one.
Would you add any water? So, I mean, that's the other thing with our Heresy bottlings is they have been diluted down to 50%.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily need to add water to that.
When I'm drinking this, it doesn't scream out to me like it particularly needs anything.
It's a Dundee Cake Explosion.
It is almost a little bit. It's like marzipan-y or something.
Yes. It's decadent. It's close to delicious, but
I overused that one as well.
Decadent.
Yeah. God, we're gonna give ourselves a complex here.
Why don't we move on to the next one?
We're not gonna be able to talk.
I think we'll find the other one is going to be a bit lighter than that, which we probably should have done it. So you definitely did do it in the wrong way, Duncan.
Is that an empty?
What?
Is that an empty glass?
It looks like it, yeah. Here, I'll pour this one. Let's get on with this.
Okay, I'll give you a little bit of yap about that one.
You've got the yap.
Yep. So, confusingly, this is batch 36, whereas we just had batch 37.
You know that you could have quite easily just edited it so that the other way around, but
continuity. This is a high production, Calum. We don't want to be jumping about glasses and empty glasses. You know.
Oh right.
Have
okay.
some pride in your work. This is just a dash Jammy Cobbler, which is another great name. And I'm going to cheat a little bit and use my notes here. I hope you don't mind. So, 2 first fill bourbon barrels of teaspoon malt were married into a second fill Spanish oak Pedro Jimenez butt for an additional maturation of 8 years.
8 years. Wow.
Which is quite long for additional maturation.
That's pretty cool.
Um,
and the name and the picture on the bottle here is definitely on the dessert theme again.
Yeah.
Cobbler. What's the definition of a cobbler? You get like a peach cobbler.
Yeah, it's not a dessert. Yeah,
it's a dessert. But what? I don't know. I'm not into baking, but
I don't know.
What makes that a cobbler?
Just because you want a thesaurus doesn't make me one.
Well, what makes that a cobbler? Right. Okay.
If you smell this and say jam.
Well, I'm getting all these pictures on the bottles here. I'm getting pear. I'm getting raspberry. I'm getting jam jars, lemon peel.
It's still quite heavy to me. Like there's an element of it that's not.
It's lighter than the other one. We can not only the fact it's a little bit younger, but you can tell by the colour.
I get it. I'm sorry. I did
No.
it in the wrong order.
But it's I'm trying. It's like a spongy with icing sugar on it. You look like you've.
I'm really trying to transport myself.
You have. Where are you right now?
I'm in the middle of a pudding.
You're not in Uddingston in the middle of a storm in the studios.
I'm in a jammy spot right now. Let's just give it a taste.
It's got a wee spicy kick to it, more so than in the nose, but it's quite contrasting the nose and the palate. And I think it's got quite a lot going on. It's interesting.
I thought it was quite different as well.
Yeah, I'm getting sort of stewed pear or a wee bit of cinnamon. Whereas before it was more like I was getting spongy icing sugar, was sort of more lighter sort of flavours. But
there is definitely like a peppery, spicy something.
But it's not as full on as the Dundee cake explosion. So it's definitely got a nice sherry influence to it. Do you say this one is PX?
Yep, 8 years in PX.
So there you go. PX is the sweetest style of sherry. So that's why it was. Whereas this one was that Oloroso. So
it's a bit.
So it's a lot drier. It's a lot
nuttier,
thicker, nuttier, dark chocolate, and PX is sweeter, dark fruits, and so. A wee bit lighter, something for everyone actually, and great to have them back to back.
Yeah, it's whatever way you decide to taste them.
Although probably better to go from this one to the other one.
Maybe we're kind of.
It doesn't really matter, does it? I mean,
no.
You think about it. If you were doing like an actual tasting, like if we were doing a tasting in the venue, you'd have a whole, you'd have thought it through. You've got a flow, the way it goes. Yeah. Usually peat is at the end, but the same way we do it now. You get peat at the end. You might have sherry just before the end, and you start off with something easier going, bourbon, whatever. But if you're sitting about with your pals at home and you're having a few drams, doesn't really matter, does it?
And what Olaf, many of you will know Olaf, legend of the society, but what he taught me early on in my whiskey days that I definitely don't do enough is just saving a little bit in each glass.
Yeah.
And going back between them, because the flavours can completely change as you try different things, and it brings totally new things out in the whiskey, which is really fun to do. Yeah,
and the time that it spends in the glass, it's interacting with the air, and it's in some cases it's mellowing out, and it will not only taste different in comparison to other whiskies that you've had, but like just time in the glass, it does change it. I'm feeling a bit more relaxed, Duncan, now.
Are you? You're not so nervous?
Well, no, because before I
can tell because you're being slightly nicer to me. Usually when you're nervous, you project it out onto me, and you find things to criticise.
We've not talked about me being mean to you for a while. No, I just felt like I was coming around this way a little bit, because trying to make up for the fact there's only...
okay.
Do you know what I mean?
That's okay, chill out, man.
No, I'm feel a bit more relaxed now.
Yeah.
So my New Year's resolution is to be more chill.
A bit relaxed.
Just relax, guys. It's January. Got the whole year ahead of you.
Forget about it.
Don't rush. What's the rush? Get fit, go... Yeah, maybe tomorrow.
I'll do that in February.
Yeah, February. Exactly.
Don't worry about it.
But we always find, like, my background's in hospitality, and everyone always talks about Christmas, but actually the first couple of weeks in January, people are still going out, and a lot of people are still off work and stuff like that. So it definitely is an extension of the holidays.
It's a good time to. I mean, you have to be kind to yourself in January because
Yeah.
I mean, especially if you live in Scotland or the UK, it can be quite a gloom.
Don't put too much pressure
doom
on
and
yourself.
gloom sort of time. Yeah, you got to have a bit of fun, treat yourself.
Enjoy the good things in life,
Exactly.
Especially
Especially
for the Scottish Malt
a lot of
Society.
these good things are very reasonably priced as well. So
Okay, this one's called. It's not called. I'm going to go start off with the number actually. 105.48 under new management.
Are you going to tell us why it's called that?
Okay. I was about to say I have no idea why, but actually the ownership of this distillery has changed. It used to be part of a bigger company, but recently, sorry, I'm rubbing my eye there. It has been bought over by. Am I sleepy? I'm getting too sleepy now.
Yeah.
No, it has changed ownership. But it's which is exciting because it's a fantastic distillery, and I know a lot of people who 105 is their favourite distillery from the Speyside. I've never been to it, but it's a really interesting looking distillery, and they produce fantastic spirit quite often. And this one here is bourbon into HTMC. I've had some older bottlings from this distillery, which have been absolutely fantastic. Some of the best liquid I've tried from Society. So it's exciting stuff happening there. And I'm very happy to have this in my hand and get it cracked open. And
I'm very excited for this one, largely because in the summer, our head of whiskey creation wrote a feature about this distillery for Unfiltered. And so getting to read that, it entices you in to match the taste of the distillery to the article in a way. Maybe it's just a nerd journalist sort of thing, but being able to read the feature and then taste the dram from the same distillery, and knowing some of its quirks, like I think they mentioned that there's a few washbacks that they have outside of the main building of the distillery that are kept in the clock tower.
Yeah,
so just like some fun little quirky things like that. The stills have purifiers, copper purifiers, to just balance out the spirit, I think, and tame it down. And they used to use copper chains. They had copper chains hung inside the stills to create more reflux.
Oh, inside the stills, right?
Yeah.
Okay. No, didn't know that. I never heard of that before. That's interesting. Yeah.
There you go. You say you know more than me.
Well, basically, I said, Duncan, you're doing the research this time, so I'm sitting here a bit clueless, and I'm the one that's completely.
Wow, yeah.
I'm the one that's completely unprepared.
Yeah, smiling
not
wave.
that I have the most outstanding knowledge of.
You're styling it out. You're styling it out.
Yeah. Maybe I should be sitting there.
It's fun to learn as you go. Sometimes
I'll just learn from you, Duncan. I'll follow your lead. But that smells quite.
Wow.
Quite. Can't say the word.
No, I'll let you say it once for this one because this smells special.
I'm getting like it's almost like kind of got a nice wine quality.
Yeah, this is
like
right up my
gooseberry,
street. It's like
apricot. It's quite
strawberry
tropical.
jam.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to taste this. It smells it's luring me in.
I took quite a big mouthful there. I haven't added any water.
That is delicious. Damn it.
So this is an HTMC hogshead. Heavy toast, medium char. They'll be like, heavy toast. I don't know, honestly. Like, just shoot me.
What is HTMC? We might have a lot of new people to the society. It's quite an unusual cask type that the society has pioneered. Give us a top line explanation of what HTMC is.
It's a type of cask treatment to rejuvenate the cask to get a bit more flavour from it. That's why you see it's got a slightly darker colour to it. So if you didn't know what that was, you might think it was a sherry cask because it's got a really sort of deeper, darker colour to it. So toasting is a cask treatment that is predominantly used for sherry casks. Charring is much heavier process where you talk about the alligator skin and big flakes of dark charcoal in it. So it can purify the whiskey, but it also adds, cleans it out, but it also adds a lot of sweeter flavours to it, caramel. Toasting is a bit more like your sort of dried fruits kind of flavours, but so this is a kind of a combination of the two, which we think works perfectly, and that's why you see it so often. And yeah, I mean the proof is in the pudding because that is quite lovely.
Good job, good job. This is fantastic. I mean, it's just so rich, isn't it? And I'm getting so much fruits, like fresh fruits. And what I like about it is you can still, well, I'm no genius, but I feel like you can still taste the distillery coming through as well. It's thanks. When are we having these chocolates? What's this?
Oh, you want a chocolate?
When are
Okay,
you
let's
saving
go
it?
for it.
I would quite like a chocolate with these ones.
Uh-huh.
These are definitely not Christmas chocolates.
We didn't just steal these. Somebody else brought them in for the
It's
staff.
January.
Yeah, it's January. We're still eating chocolate. We're still drinking whiskey.
What's your favourite pairing to have with a dram?
Chocolate. Actually, it really is. I'm just having some milk chocolate just now, which I love. I like dark chocolate as well. But with cask strength whiskey, you know, you have a tendency to add water to mellow it out a little bit. You get a wee bit of alcohol burn. The chocolate, it actually coats your mouth and your throat a little bit. So it kind of helps with the whiskey when it's quite strong.
A few years ago we did the tasting with insects.
Yeah.
And we had a scorpion right at the end that was meant to be like the big build-up because it was going to be so gross that it might not be very nice. But it was actually the tastiest one of the lot. I mean, we had locusts.
How were they prepared?
They were just dried.
Nothing added to them?
I don't think they had any seasoning. No, you can buy them with seasoning, but we kind of wanted the authentic experience. Locusts were absolutely minging. I think we had mealworms.
Who did this with you?
We had some members on. But we finished on this scorpion, and the scorpion was the best out of the lot. It was like really salty and crunchy.
Get some scorpions in for us.
It was good. It was really good.
Next podcast we'll have some scorpion snacks, okay?
Yeah.
Last dram, as we were saying earlier, it's always nice to have a wee peaty one. A peaty one in. So this is from the bold and peaty flavour profile. It's from distillery number 16, 16.101. This is the Highland region, not too far, Perthshire. And it's called A Tour of the Mad Hatter's Hipflask. Interesting. 12 years old, initial cask, American oak, Oloroso. So that's interesting. A bit of a contrast there to have American oak, not European oak for Oloroso.
Yeah.
And then into a second fill ex-Oloroso butt. Interesting.
The Mad Hatter used to scare me when I was younger a little bit. Alice in Wonderland.
Which version were you watching?
I can't remember.
Was it the cartoon or was it the Johnny Depp version?
Oh, I was definitely the cartoon actually, yeah.
Well, Mad Hatter was a bit
He's a bit mad.
mad. He was a bit mad, that Mad Hatter.
Aptly named.
So
yeah, that's fun. It is nice to have a little bit of peat. Like it's so different to all the other bottles that we've had so far.
it is nice. And it's certainly, I think everyone always has that reaction when you've been having non-peated whiskey and you come to it. Because I would definitely, some people drink peated whiskey exclusively and that's all they're interested in, and I don't, not necessarily to think it's sort of like overly peated, but it can be quite refreshing.
The yin and yang is good, it's the balance.
Yeah.
We've had sweet, really good contrast.
And it's a striking contrast, obviously, because of the smokiness to
I mean, the Mad Hatter name is making sense now. As soon as you get a waft of this, it's like...
Yeah, it's a bit mad. And it's quite different from what we've seen come through from this distillery from us before. We quite often see some, well, I've not seen 12 years old, so usually it's, well, obviously, as time passes, the stock that we've got is probably getting older. But, usually the ones I've seen before are 10 years old, and they're from like a recharred cask. So this is quite interesting to see something a little bit different from this distillery.
It's very, to me, it's very meaty, smoky, burnt pork belly or something like that.
Yeah, but it's definitely not, okay, it's Highland, it's Perthshire, but it's definitely not that West Coast kind of peat where it's not medicinal.
No.
It's oaky, it's got an oaky smokiness to it, like...
Oaky smoky.
Oaky smoky.
Oh, oaky smoky.
oaky smoky. It's something quite, it smells like your grandpa's office or something like that, do you know what I mean? It's like mahogany and there's probably a cigarette ashtray there and the room's got that smell into it. It's
quite sweet on the palate still. My favourite type of peat is like either really sweet and peaty or salty and peaty.
Yeah, that's all I can think about now is the cigars, but it's got along the same sort of theme. It's got an earthy, oaky smokiness to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. As we said, it's nice to have this at the end.
I think that's really good. I mean, it's 12 years old, but it's perfectly well balanced, but it's got a lovely. I just can't escape this kind of old feeling to the, you know what I mean, sophisticated. You know what I mean, though. It's great.
How much was this one?
Oh, I'll need to check my notes here. £82.
There you go. That's pretty good value, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Great one to finish on.
Without,
Yes.
how would you summarise it without using words?
Sometimes no words is the best, isn't it? I would say it's something like.
This could go quite wrong. You know that?
Yeah. So that was a great one to finish on.
Absolutely.
So
really interesting lineup here, I think.
A great range, as I said. If you're new to the society, or even if you've been a member for decades, it's a great range of bottles.
Well, that's the thing about it, is that because we have such variety in what we release every month, like even if there's no such thing as the same old thing, because it's ever changing, and there's always something new and interesting.
It's all good stuff.
Yeah,
and there's plenty of good stuff to get into.
I love to see this Heresy range is really exciting.
Yeah,
and we're seeing more and more of these releases, which are fantastic. We've got the Fortified collection. We moved away from the black labels, but calling it black label, but this is actually, it's a little more theme based.
Yeah, it's more creative. There's storytelling. There's something that connects all of these whiskies.
They're all connected. Yeah.
Going to wrap up now. Recently, a society legend passed away, Robin Laing, who's responsible for so many of the society's amazing tasting notes, names. A lot of the really
he was a chair of the tasting panel.
Iconic names have come from Robin over the years, and he was a part of the tasting panel for almost 30 years.
Yeah.
So he's a real society legend, but he passed away in December, and obviously come Burns Night, that's when he really came to life. So we're going to play a little video now from last year's Creators Collection, in which Robin crafted an excellent poem. So a little toast, everyone at home that knew Robin or appreciated any of his names, raise a little glass for Robin. So, sláinte.
Cheers.
Hello, I'm Robin Laing, and this is for the Scotch Malt Whisky Society. Now, I've done a few burn suppers in my day, and quite often I have to recite the address to the haggis. But I've discovered that not everybody loves haggis, so this is an alternative address to the haggis. Ya ugly, beelin' blasted oner, despised alike by saint and sinner. Sic a vile and nasty dinner would mak ye boke. The very smell gies me the scunner, and that's nae joke. The veins are bulging out your face. Your guts are barely held in place. A gastronomic pure disgrace. It makes me wild, it's thanks to you. The Scottish race is so reviled. Engorged upon the plate you sit, wrapped in your skin, sae tight a fit. But what's inside but grease and grit? I have nae doubt, a steaming pile o' hippo shit will slither out. We've all come here to praise our rabbi in kilts and dresses and what have you, and I'm the one that's meant to stab ye with gallant cut, as there ye lie, all fat and flabby like Jabba the Hutt. Maybe some feckless fat soprano or tubby tenor Luciano would thank you for a steaming pan o' haggis sludge. But food that smells and tastes like guano, oh, you be the judge. All round the world, in towns and cities, Scottish clubs and Burns committees are singing sangs and chanting ditties, dressed in tartan and shoveling haggis neeps and tatties that smell like farting. Enough of this poetic dribble, for now I run you through, ye divil. The crap is bursting out your gavel like honking spew, and Jesus Christ, the stench is evil as badger poo. Some say a wee splash or a dribble of Scotch might make it worth a nibble. But how could that be beneficial? 'Twould be a waste. To make good whisky sacrificial and spoil its taste. So in conclusion, comrades all, let's just enjoy the alcohol. A smiling, juicing single malt will fit the bill, and let the haggis maggots crawl just as they will. Cheers and happy Burns Night. Slangevar.